Hi, my name's Terry and welcome to an episode of Flavors in the Heart. Today we're going to do a bean salad. The heat outside is just too much to turn the oven on. And so sometimes I find that I eat a lot of meat. And so I would rather just make a simple bean salad and that's it. So today we're going to take a bean that doesn't get talked about a lot, but I enjoy it. It is the cannellini bean, and it has a nutty flavor to it. And what I enjoy about it is that it's not overwhelming, and I can add things to it that will take that flavor on. So again, this is as simple as it comes. So we're going to do 2 cans of cannellini beans. I tend to buy the beans that are salt-free, so when they're on sale I buy a lot of beans actually because I tend to eat a lot of them. But then I can choose how much salt I want in the recipe, and because sometimes it's just a bit too much. And so we're going to have 2 cans of that. We're going to have a half of a medium red onion, and then about 2 cups of cherry tomatoes chopped in half. Okay, and then I picked out some basil from my garden, and just drying it off here. But there are different ways that you can, cut your basil. You can do ribbons. You can do tear it apart, make it look rustic. One of the things that I like about this recipe is that I can dress it up by using multiple colors of red tomatoes. You can add some nuts to it if you want, but again, it's just a simple recipe. So for me, I like to just lay my basil on top of each other, and then what I'll do is I will roll it, and then I will cut it into ribbons. And that's just easy for me, and but like I said, some people will like to tear it up and make it more rustic, which is beautiful. And but I like to simplify everything because I'm usually multitasking. So I've got them all rolled up here, or laid on top of each other, and then I'm just going to roll them over. If I can get them, I tried to dry them off, and of course my golden rule is to have all of your utensils out. And what did I do? I washed everything before I came on air and put it away. So anyway, so I'm going to cut this basil up into ribbons. Oh, you can smell that fresh basil. It's so nice. And this is literally right out of my garden. Which is just absolutely wonderful. And then just take it and separate it. There you go. Now, the one thing that I recommend that you do is you'll put all of your ingredients in the bowl. So I've got my beans in here. Here are my onions. And I cut them into a quarter shape, I guess, just so that they're easily edible. And then my tomatoes. Now this is probably a bit more than I would normally put in there, but for some reason there was like 2 or 3 left, and I was like, oh, I'll just go ahead and cut them up. And so I'm not going to add my basil until I add my next 2 ingredients after I mix them up, which is I'm going to do about 1/8 of a cup of olive oil, and that's just kind of to give it some texture and for the flavors to grab on to everything. So let's see, there we go. So that's good. And then a quarter cup of red wine vinegar, and this is going to give it some flavor. So I'm going to mix it up first, and then what I recommend that you do is that you go from the sides and then up, so that you're not bruising any of the fruit or the veggies or the beans. And then just kind of turn your bowl around. There we go. And then you can just see how these colors come together. And this is just a great summer bean salad, and you don't have to turn the oven on, so that works out. If you hear the little pitter patter of the feet, that's Cooper. He's down here making his presence known and checking to see if there's anything that's fallen on the floor. So, again, do the salt to taste. So I just do a few shakes, and then the same way with the pepper. And then I'm going to mix this up. Oh, and it just smells so good. And we haven't even added the basil. So now we're going to go ahead and add the basil in there. And I'm going to save a little actually at the end, and then I'll toss it in. But again, I get excited. And then, like I said, when you're doing this, come from the sides and then come up. And then you won't bruise the tomatoes or even the beans. Like I said, when these beans are on sale, when the good ones are in there, I usually buy a bunch of them because they're cheaper, and then I have them for a rainy day. So, all right, so we're going to add the rest of this basil in here. And then on this here, what you're going to do is you're going to let this set. So I would put it in the refrigerator at least 30 minutes. If you can do an hour, those flavors are just going to meld together and just be absolutely delicious. So, all right, so here we have our simple bean salad, perfect for a hot day. Throw some chicken breasts on the grill and this here, and you've got a meal. Thank you for joining me today, and look for the YouTube channel to come up, and that will be probably around the 4th or 5th of September. Shoot me some emails if you've got some recipes you want me to try out, and I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.